Racing on Thursday takes place out at the Vaal, where we've got 8 races on the program. Race number 1 is set to get underway at 12:30, and we are just a few days away from the Hollywoodbets Durbanville. Joining me on the line is Alistair Cohen, a very, very busy man. Alistair, how's everything going on your end?
Yeah, very, very busy indeed, Raheel, like we all are. And why wouldn't you be? And why wouldn't you want to be in our position going into the Hollywoodbets Durbanville, just 2 days out? Sadly, this race meeting has got absolutely no reflection to Hollywoodbets Durbanville Day whatsoever. Sunday's at Turfentine actually looks like almost a Gold Cup warm-up race meeting. That is traditionally the case for the day after the Hollywoodbets Durbanville. But you know what? There are going to be so many all to come, so many people taking doubles, trebles into their fancies now that all 12 races are out. So we've got to do our bit for the racing public out there. And we've also got the small matter of champion jockey that's still very much up in the air. Sadly, Richard Fourie was never riding on Thursday, but not riding Wednesday or Friday at Fairview, which is his cash cow for the season. So it gives the opportunity of Gavin Arena to rope in a few more, or Craig Zaki, who's I think got a pretty good book of rides, certainly a competitive book of rides, to close that deficit. So that's going to be one of the talking points on what would otherwise be a very quiet Thursday.
Well, race number 1 is the start of the bipot. It is a maiden handicap, work riders, 1400 meters, fillies and mares. Paris Fun is your favorite, trading at 4 to 10. Cyber Spirit at 33 to 10. Better Boop Boop is at 5 to 1. It's then 12 to 1. And Better Ball those. Now, this filly, Paris Fun, showed improvement out of nowhere last time out when third behind Skipple. And yeah, I'm not sure how that form line is going to work out, Alistair, because Skipple didn't do anything for that form line at her next start. And yeah, this filly improved at 50 to 1.
Skipple ran like something went amiss, so it's worth forgiving that. You said the improvement came from nowhere. That it certainly did on paper, but there are two things that I put it down to. A, the step up in distance being by Futura out of a Duke of Marmalade mare, and B, just given 6 months off to mature, to strengthen up, and also draw one may have had a lot to do with it. You say the form line hasn't worked out. That is very much a fact. But with that said, I don't know if you're going to need super strong pieces of form to even be competitive or dangerous on a meeting of this nature. So number 2, Paris Fun, who is going to be champion work rider for the season, Pelisila Monkawa, is a good starting point, a reliable starting point, and looks like the one that they all need to beat. 2 horses who I think bear a little bit of respect, wouldn't necessarily throw them into the play as far as, or would put both of them into the bar pot, but potential swinger chances. Number 3, Bella Boop Boop with Anati Fanny on board. It looks like high number draws is where you want to be at the Vaal, but in the small field, 1 out of 7 wouldn't be a total train smash. Last 2 runs behind Waiting on Charlie and a bit of class have brought about some improvement. And then number 5, Madame Pompadour, because this is a maiden handicap, Madame Pompadour's exposed, 25 start maiden, can't get too excited about her. She arrived in Joburg with a flat run coming back from a break where they took off the headgear, went straight back on fair enough runs with the headgear and never really had any luck with draws. Got one of the tried and tested and well-performed work riders on board. I think that she's got a top 3 chance here, number 5, Madame Pompadour, and could provide a little bit of swinger trifecta value for the first race. But Paris Fun does set a pretty high standard on the back of the last run.
4 to 10, the price about number 2, Paris Fun, in race number 1. Moving along to race number 2 next up. This will be the start of the place accumulator. Maiden handicap, 2,400 meters is the distance, 1:05. Follow the stars, follow the master rather, at 14 to 10. Heroic Act at 18 to 10. Both horses haven't found a bet in support. 28 to 10 about number 2, Santiago's Pride. 11 to 2, Alakanani. And then it is double figure odds about the bottom 3. Now, one of these horses will get their day to shine tomorrow, Alistair. And which one is it for you?
It's number 2, Santiago's Pride here, Raheel. They say no gin, no win, so the Alamites go on to the son of Futura. And what I'm going to say might be a little bit controversial, but if you're getting beaten 16 lengths by Inflame, you're probably not on the right track. Follow the Master got turned over by Inflame last time, but look, 8 lengths to Pioneer Square is a far better run than 16 lengths behind Inflame. Pioneer Square and Inflame would never be in the same ring at Candice's Yard in the morning. I know Inflame won. His work is decidedly moderate, and we'll get to him a little bit later on in this meeting. But Pioneer Square's upwardly mobile. Not for one moment suggesting he's a feature race winner in waiting. I don't think he is, but he could very easily rack up a few wins in the not so distant future at sort of that level that he's in at the moment. So I'm willing to take Santiago's Pride at the penultimate start at face value, rather the last run where he returned not striding out. And now with the Alamats, full set of Alamats on, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. Number 1, Follow the Master, all over a winner last time, just got past in the closing stages. Funny enough, he is a full brother to Atticus Finch, who runs on the Hollywoodbets Durbanville, so that will do a lot of justice for the family. If he were to get out the maidens, probably just make the connections breathe a little bit easier, certainly from a breeding perspective. Fastfontein and the team who stand there, Alexa, they'll be breathing a little bit easier. How is he going to go in the step up in distance, though? He doesn't run like he's going to get the trip. He's positively ridden, and he has a propensity of running out of puff, which he did in his penultimate start over 1,700 meters, and then he was passed by Inflame last time out. So that is a definite disclaimer. I think the horse that's probably got more to come over the trip would be number 3, Heroic Act. But then the run to Pioneer Square is held by number 2, Santiago's Pride. So it's a big, wide circle in the opening leg of the place accumulator. I think the value lies with number 2, Santiago's Pride, but it's certainly not a race that you'll be putting the red money on.
Moving along to race number 3, next up the start of the Pick 6, and the third race gets underway at 13:40. Maiden handicap 1,400 meters the trip, and number 3 Royal Jacket is at 5-2. Trip to States 33-10 shot. Number 4 Mistakes at 4-1. Thomas Shelby at 9-2. Secret Warrior, who was heavily supported last time out, is at 5-1. It's then 12-1 and Better Ball. Though scratched is number 9 Battle of the Bulge. It's a field of 9 runners that remain. Alistair, start off the Pick 6. What's your thoughts here? Thomas Shelby seems to be improving quite nicely with racing, and last time out fought behind Copper Eagle in that race where Golden Operator was rolled and ran back in 3rd position. So perhaps could that be the value at 9-2?
I've got an absolute lunatic selection in this race. I'll get to in a moment. Tommy Shelby has to be a runner, but how's that form going to work out? Copper Eagle won on debut. Second, or Sergeant Socrat had some of the most ghastly form I've ever seen and showed marked improvement to run second. And then we had the 1-4 shot Golden Operator running 3rd. So no idea what to make of that form, but at least Tommy Shelby is improving all the while. Penultimate start of the Vaal, got beaten by 100-1 shot in the form of Got the Feeling. But on debut, Tommy Shelby ran next to Lava County, who got out the maidens just a week earlier. So you can make a strong case for number 6 Tommy Shelby, being a 2-year-old, 55 kilos in this maiden handicap, taking on exposed maidens, well and truly exposed maidens. There's got to be good motivation for him running a good race. My absolute lunatic selection here, let me just get the price because you would never have mentioned him, is number 8 New Life at 20-1. Garish Dukat, who laughed at a world-class interview with just the other day. Dukat is from the beach by the east, apparently, according to him. Part owned by the man on the street syndicate, Samesh Mbi, who I love bumping into when I go racing in KZN. He is so good for the game. The reason why I think this horse New Life is going to go well, 49 kilos, drawn towards the outside, some fair runs. This is obviously a decidedly moderate race. He might have finished a little bit closer last time had he not been eased at a crucial stage, although he was going out the back door. I think at 20-1 he represents certainly some each-way value in a race as moderate as the Secret Warrior going up in distance. I don't know how that's going to go. He dropped in last time when the money was on over 1,200 meters. He made no impression. Now he's got blinkers on. That rings alarm bells for me. Number 3, Royal Jacket, probably the horse the most reliable horse in the race in terms of the fact that he's just got form to horses who look like they're on the right track. Tenjiku runs in a grade 2 over the weekend. Jan van Goyen, I'll tell you right now, I'm tipping to win, or certainly go very close on Sunday. and a very hot maiden, and I think those runs are probably good enough to get him across the line. Number 3, Royal Jack, and I don't think the step up in distance to 1,400 metres, a trip that he's been over before and ran his best race over 1,450, is going to stand in his way. So he's the one that I lean towards. Number 3, Royal Jacket. Got a lot of time for number 6, Tommy Shelby. 4 mistakes, 7, Secret Warrior. Probably got to go into the mix. But my top 4, Lunatic. Top 3, Lunatic even. Number 8, New Life. I think that he's going to go quite well and run his career best.
Yeah, something that I didn't expect. Alistair's caught us off guard here. Number 8, New Life at 20-1 in the market with an inclusion in race number 3. Next up is race number 4, Maiden Handicap. 1,800 meters is the distance, and race 4 gets underway at 2:15. Start of Jackpot 1. Curtis Condor is your 13-10 favorite. Number 4, Ethical is at 14-10. Flight Light 7-1. It's an 8-1 World Order. Gift of Royal 40-1. And better about the balance. Alistair, race number 4, start of Jackpot 1. Your thoughts?
Absolute 2-horse race, this Raheel. The kicker with number 1, Curtis Condor, is that there's no doubt that he's looking for this distance. On debut, they made no secret, and he ran as if he would step up in distance with no problem whatsoever. Second start, big horse like that could barely fit into the Turfentine inside track. And then last time out, I suppose he wasn't disgraced behind Titans of War, finishing a length and a half. Costly to follow, yes, but from that performance, Chieftain Shield, a long-time maiden, came out and won, finishing half a length in front, and Inflame, who I've just mentioned, finished a length behind Curtis Condor, came out and won. So that form stands out well. Inquinquezi ran second from that form just a week ago behind Lava County. Titans of War ran a fair 5th out of that form as well, but he won on that occasion at any old price. So at least the form lines worked out well for number 1, Curtis Condor. Big tick in the box, should have no issue over this distance. If he puts it all together, the horse that they all need to beat. But number 3, Ethical, bitterly disappointed with her last time out, but got taken out of the start and got taken out of the top of the straight. Should have run a lot better, should have run a lot closer. Her second and third runs behind Ideal Summer and Reflective put her into the picture. On that run to Reflective, finished well in front of Flight Lights and retains a very solid turnaround at the weights. Flight Light comes in 2 kilos better off. I don't know if that'll be enough to turn the form around with Ethical. Ethical, much like number 1, Curtis Condor, also looking for the extra distance. 1,800 meters will pose no problems for her. But I think it's an absolute 2-horse race. There's nothing else I'll put in. Jackpot 1 is the start of my bet of choice, and if we go short here, if we fall short here rather, I'll be surprised.
Yep, 2 horses to play around there in race number 4. Next up is race number 5. This is an MR80 handicap over 2,400 meters, and it is a start of Jackpot 2. Your favorite is number 10, Storm Ahead, at 3-1. Douglas Dragon is a 4-1 shot. You can get 5-1 about number 2, Banner Bridge, and number 8, Shabal. Teo Toriate at 5-1 as well. And then it is 12-1 and better about the balance. Jackpot 2 gets underway. Alistair, how many horses for you?
4 horses, but not the top 2 in the market, which is surprising. Where is Storm Ahead going to get this trip? I can't see it. He's probably at his best over 2,000 meters. Been a mile and a half twice before. Been 2,600 meters once before, and been beaten out of sight, double figures. Samango Kamala down to 53 and a half, and he's got blinkers on. The Kamala 53 and a half is something to consider, obviously, but I don't know, he's running 53 in the big race, so he's well on his way to the weight. But sure, over this distance, not for me, I'm afraid. And then number 1, Douglas Dragon. If I had one other, it would be Douglas Dragon, to be fair. Very consistent. Fought hard last time, going down 3 parts of length behind Moment, who is in the Gold Vase on Saturday. How he's going to go in the Gold Vase, I don't know. I don't think much, but the point is taking on the horses running a grade 3 level against horses who will just never run a grade 3 level in this event. So he's the one that I've left out, that I might be a little bit uncomfortable that I've left out. Let's start with number 2, Banner Bridge. He's going to run his best race in a while. It's been 548 days since he last won. But he has been giving of his best. The horse who beat him last time out, Aladdin's Lamp, came out and won. He may have been left a little bit too far back through no fault of anyone. The pace was just so hot last time in that Aladdin's Lamp race. So there was he was allowed to close in late. Did his best work a little bit too late behind Aladdin's Lamp. Interesting stat, 7-time winner. 7 different jockeys have won on him. So now it's Gavin Larina's turn. He, by the way, it's his birthday on the 2nd of July. So a day before this meeting out at the Vaal. So many happy returns to Gavin. Gavin's under strict instruction, make it 8 different jockeys for 8 wins. He's doing very well at home. He always does. He's going to run his race. Like I said, he'll run his best race in a while since coming back from a little mishap at the start of the year. So 3.5 lengths, 4.5 lengths, 2.5 lengths. He will, if he doesn't win, he'll go close. Number 2, Banner Bridge. So actually quite like his chances of going well. Number 6, Arlington Action. He gets this trip. He stays all day. Beaten last time by Aladdin's Lamp, but from a different piece of form. Caden Brewer takes a ride. Ratings come down. Number 6, Arlington Action. Always respect Tyro and Zaki's horses over long distance. 8, Chabal. Don't know what to make of that last run. I was so keen on him as penultimate start behind Aladdin's Lamp when he finished in front of Banner Bridge, obviously. And then last time, money was down and it was just flat. There was no show. Muzi gets another spin on the sun and give me the green light. I suppose the extra distance is pretty much what he's looking for, number 8, Chabal. So I'd hold it. I'd hold it between those 3, and then I've got number 10, Storm Ahead, just because of the consistency. But the market swayed me more towards number 10, Storm Ahead, than gut feel. I think he's going to be stretched over this distance. So 2, 6, 8, and 10 are my numbers. But I'm confident number 2, Banner Bridge, will run into the top 3 at worst.
Yeah, Banner Bridge could be a nice price at around 5 to 1. Want to include into the play. Race number 6 next up. This is an MR72 handicap over the 1,000 meter trip, and your favorite is number 8, Dealmaker, quite strong in the market at 12 to 10. Gavin Larina, Tony Peter teaming up with his 3-year-old daughter of Profitable, who has had 11 goes for 2 victories. She's having a first start in South Africa. It is 9 to 2 Oriental Bouquet, 6 to 1. And better bar those. Alistair, like we do on a Saturday out at Hollywoodbets Greyville with the equator in the 3rd race, we go in the dark with this filly as well.
Yeah, absolute stab with number 8, Dealmaker. But when you look at this opposition, Raheel, if she can't win this, then she has literally come to South Africa to make babies. This is very, very moderate opposition. There's a horse here that I backed her up with just in case she does go missing, because, like you say, we're very much in the dark with number 8, Dealmaker. We're very much in the dark with the equator. There's a lot of talk about the equator. I haven't heard anything about number 8, Dealmaker, but why would you? One's rated 70, one's rated 110, one's raced at group level in the UK, and the other one hasn't. But still, let's compare apples with apples. Dealmaker's in a decidedly moderate race on her local debut. Tony Peter can get them fit. Gavin Larina's engagement, probably no accident. So she's the most interesting horse in the race. She doesn't have to be too good to win. So those are all my theories for making number 8, Dealmaker, an inclusion. If she goes, she's not going to run a good 2nd or 3rd, put it like that. If she does go awry, number 10, Oriental Bouquet, has to be the one. I mean, this horse has got no luck whatsoever. Last time she should never have lost, not for the first time, I'm saying that. She was not taken out at the start. She was her own worst enemy at the start. She just never got a good beginning. She ended up getting into the race, yet beaten by a rising 10-year-old Jet Cat. But surely she's close now. Her rating was once, and she comes right this time of year as well. Remember Hollywoodbets Durbanville 2022 when she ran a short head 2nd in the sales incentive race, down from a 99 to a 57. I mean, if 1,000 meters is not too much on the short side, number 10 Oriental Bouquet has to be the backup to number 8 Dealmaker. Cannot bank a number 8 Dealmaker unless you know something that I don't, but also you cannot leave her out.
I think Global Thunder could be one to include into the play as well there for Corey Lensley. Seems to go well over the trip, and at 6 to 1 could be a nice backup with Oriental Bouquet to the favourite Dealmaker. Race 7, penultimate race on the card, novice handicap, 1,600 meters. The trip, 4 p.m. is the off time. Baynak, 5 to 2. Last car to pass, 7 to 2 into 28 to 10. 7 to 2, number 1, Key News. Guerrilla Warfare at 5 to 1. And then you can get double figure odds about the balance. Alistair, final leg of Jackpot 1. Your thoughts?
I don't have as many horses as I probably would like. I've got 1, 2, and 8 in the play, Raheel. But the support of number 3, last car to pass, does make me think a little on the back of 2 seconds coming back from a break. Under new ownership as well as the daughter of Heavenly Blue. They seem to have got to the bottom of her without earmuffs. Number 3, last car to pass, and she's got a high number draw. So, and also those 2 good runs have come down the Vaal straight as well. So probably going to be a little bit uneasy having left her out. But let's go to the 3 horses that I've got in. Number 1, Key News. better than the last start when he likely to have needed it. That was in the Secretariat. Obviously, Schwarzenegger came out and won, beat Confederate in the Egoli Mile subsequently. Also in that race was none other than Immediate Edge, who is third favourite in the Hollywoodbets Durbanville. I know a totally underdone Immediate Edge and an Immediate Edge over the wrong trip, but the point is Key News has gone from running, call it 8.5 lengths behind Immediate Edge to running in a novice handicap. So that is a massive plummet in class. He's also got form to the likes of Count Victor in the Heritage Consolation as well. So I don't think he's all that bad a horse, number 1 Key News, and I think he's got a little bit more to come now that he's been given a bit of time to mature. Number 2 Baynak also got form with Immediate Edge. I think on indirect lines of form, number 1 Key News will probably have his number, but the return to the racetrack last time behind Count Hutiku was a good effort. May have just needed it, ran like he needed it as well, just falling into a hole over the closing stage, but he'll be a lot better with a run under the belt. Piers Stradham rides him often, as he would, being associated with Arun Chadda's ASSM Racing. So number 2 Baynek is a contender. And then a very fit number 8 Guerrilla Warfare with Muzi Yeni on board. The runner last week went well supported, saw him run 2 3/4 lengths behind Clarkson. Consistent horse, winning comes at a premium, hasn't won in a year, but he might be in the right time and the right place to strike number 8 Guerrilla Warfare. Just going to Candace's horse number 5 In Flame. He's got us absolutely puzzled because, like I said, his work at home is the most ordinary work you've ever seen. His penultimate start, first run from a maiden, brilliant run behind Titans of War, followed up with a good win, but he came back blowing. The reason why he's blowing is just because can't get him fit at home, because he walks around the track rather than gallops. So put him back to 1600 meters, get the fitness juices going up with number 5 In Flame, because obviously he tries and stretches on race day, and likely to give him a run over 1800 meters, 2000 meters in the coming week. So hopefully this run does him a world of good. If he pops up, I'll be out of my pick 6, I'll be out of my jackpot surely. If he did pop up, hopeful that he can run into the top 4, but there is a bigger picture at play with number 5 In Flame. There cannot be, and there probably will never be, any confidence with this horse.
We move along to race number 8. Next up, final race on the day. It's an MR68 handicap over 1400 meters to wrap up proceedings. 16:35 is the off time, and Palace Prince is your favorite at 5-2. 5-1, number 6 Sneak Preview. 6-1, number 9 Royal Horizon. 8-1 Sail the Sky. Pearl in a Crown is a 10-1 shot along with After Hours, and then it is 12-1 and Better Bar Those. Now, just having a look at this race, this filly Pearl in a Crown, I've been keeping a very close eye on her. Went for a few starts back when she had the Apprentice aboard, but now that she's dropped a few more points in the ratings, and with the last run under the belt, Chase Morjan now takes ride once again, and the blinkers go on. I think there could be some value here at 10-1 with this 3-year-old daughter of Sokrat, who showed quite a bit early on as a 2-year-old.
Real, how's this for a suggestion? Because I like number 3 Pearl in a Crown. I don't like the race, but it's a quartet race if ever you've seen one. And I think number 3 Pearl in a Crown is a lively contender. I'm going to try and beat the favourite, who I think is a very nice horse, by the way, number 5 Palace Prince. I can see him winning this, and I can also see him totally going missing. Sadly, the form of actually both his starts are decidedly average. Got the feeling winning at 100-1 in behind was Time Will Tell. Also trained by Fani Broncos. He'll have a good line here. Palace Prince obviously coming out and winning, but everything else unsighted. And then from the last start, obviously Stoder Schoon ran a disappointing 4th over the weekend. And there's Old Fashioned, who was 4 lengths behind Palace Prince, who's a long-time maiden and is not running like a wind's just around the corner. So even though number 5 Palace Prince is hard to ignore, because he could very easily end up in a place that none of these other horses will end up, I think Fani Broncos, 2 horses, well, he's got 4, but the other one, number 12 Calaburn, I'm going to take a quartet double float, 3 and 12 by the field. I'm going to hope Palace Prince misses the top 4, but that's hope rather than expectation. And if we get that right and it clicks, then we'll be on our own in the payout queue. This is my line of thinking with Calaburn. Did not stay last time out over 2400 meters. That was worth the chance, but he just no chance that he was going to get 2,400 meters. Now they know. Pulled up fatigue back 2 weeks later. So Fani Bronkhorst obviously didn't find anything wrong in the wash. I think his runs to Sail the Seas and Lady Sabrina, and even a long time ago to the likes of Guy Alexander and Vaal Vegas, do make him a live contender. 53.5 kilos on the back. Jeffrey Seister has this annoying habit of popping up on horses at big prices at the Vaal. Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason in this race, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. Double float the quartet, 3 and 12 by the field, and hope that the favourite goes missing. But like I said, that's hope rather than expectation.
Sure. That dividend, if that arrives, that is going to pay absolute rockets in the final race on the day out at the Vaal. 10-1, and we've got a 20-1 shot here, both from the Fani Broncos yard, hoping that these two horses can cause a bit of an upset in race number 8. We're going to move along to the suggested bet now. Alistair will take us through his suggested bet. Jackpot 1 for racing out at the Vaal. It all begins at 2:15. Alistair, take it away.
Just imagine that result. You have Pearl in a Crown and Caliburn into the top 4, and then Northern Kitten and Gimme the Flame run in the top 4 as well. My goodness me. Anyway, Jackpot 1's my suggested bet. 2:15 is off time. 1 and 4 in the first leg. Curtis Condor and Ethical. By 2, Banner Bridge. 6, Arlington Action. 8, Chabelle, and 10, Storm Ahead. By 8 and 10, Dealmaker and Oriental Bouquet. And then the final leg, 1 Key News, 2 Baynak, and 8 Guerrilla Warfare. Just a tight Jackpot 1, but that's pretty much how we got to play at the Vaal on Thursday.
48 rand it will cost you, and I think if you can beat Dealmaker in the 6th race, that 3rd leg, you could be sitting on a useful dividend there going into the final leg of Jackpot 1. But that is the suggested bet for racing on Thursday. Alistair, thanks very much. All the very best. Have a wonderful day.
Cheers, Raheel. Same to you, and we will definitely see you in the coming days.
All the best for racing on Thursday out at the Vaal.